Welcome back to another episode of Drunk Context. And we got quite a little week for you. Oh man, it's good to be back.
Yeah, it's good to be back, man.
Cheers to you, sir. Hope everything was well.
My brother, good to see you, man. Always.
Always a pleasure.
I had
a damn good week. Work was good. Made some good money this week.
That's always good.
The hustle and flow, and then we watch it go down the drain with this inflation.
Yeah, it's insane. I hope everyone's doing okay out there. I know everything's getting really expensive and everyone's trying to make it, but it's tough right now, man.
Yo,
it is tough.
We were talking about earlier, man. We were just talking about grocery shopping. I mean, like, I'm a single man, and I will pay over $100 easy on like 5 or 6 items.
It's insane.
I'm like, what the fuck did I buy?
Yeah.
This is bread and butter.
Yeah.
I brought like bread, buttermilk, and I'm like at $60. Like,
it's getting really bad. I hope everyone's staying safe and trying their best to.
Our alcohol is getting very expensive for this show, so please like and subscribe, and and hopefully once we get our Patreons set up, you can help us with that, so we can keep supplying our nice bottles, so we keep the show going. It's not cheap, things. It's not cheap these days. It's really not.
Nothing's cheap.
So
stay safe. Blessings to you guys.
Yes.
And this is episode 2. Once again, no, it's not episode 2. I'm tripping right now.
Yeah, you were tripping. We are like on episode 4.
Yeah, double
maybe.
We're
drunk.
Maybe.
So.
But anyway, I'm Matt.
I'm Drew.
And this is
Drunk Context. So, on today's notes, today I wanted to talk about the craziness of Elon Musk and his Lex Luthor ambitions with Twitter and
Lex Luthor ambitions. That's funny.
There's a lot of pros and cons to what's going on with it. Like with the idea, he bought Twitter recently. I remember watching this whole debacle. Like, will he buy it? Oh, he won't buy it.
44 billion or something like that. Insane.
And those numbers don't lie because of the amount of what it does for people. Like the communications, like the as we live right now, the verification wars, that little blue check that everyone is apparently so coveted. Elon wants $8 for it. So, I mean,
he was joking, wasn't he though?
No, he was not. He was not. He's charging. No, I mean, shit. I mean, like, if I bought something, I'd be like, shit. You want to be like famous?
You got to recoup off of it. Like,
it's. I don't know. It feels like a kind of Robin Hood-esque. It feels like kind of like take from the rich, give to the poor. But like he's a rich man, like kind of trying to make sure he gets everybody, but it's not going. It's just going in his pocket. So it's just like. So it turns from like Robin Hood to just like Scrooge McDuck. Like you just.
How was that Robin Hood? That sounds like more like the king who was taken from the poor.
That was actually far better. And, he's got his sheriffs of Nottingham coming after everybody.
Yes, exactly.
He's like, give me taxes, bitch, taxes.
Yes.
You want that tweet?
Yeah.
Taxes.
Yep.
That's actually more like it. So yeah. It is very much in line of like evil millionaire just like taking from the little guy or other celebrities. But it's just funny because he's like, how rich is this guy? He's like got like
it's a business at the end of the day though. I can't get mad at him. It's a business. It doesn't matter how rich he is. That doesn't matter.
It's true.
It's a business. He's a businessman.
But the problem with this businessman is that he don't seem to have quite the grasp of what is going on with Twitter. So, after he takes over,
in what aspect?
And the idea that shortly after this takeover and allowing free censorship, we started seeing the N-word just blasted all over, so people just have to, so we're just like they're no longer like crocking down on like racial. They will just want this to be a very uncensored,
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, you just expose motherfuckers that
but
are
it's what America's supposed to be, right? Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Want people to be able, even if it's not what you agree with, you still want freedom of speech.
Right, but I also don't want to be like tweeting about like, look at my flowers, nigger. You know?
You want freedom of speech, my guy. Like you can't you can't selectively want freedom of speech. If you want freedom of speech, you gotta want freedom of speech. So if you want freedom of speech, it comes with you putting up your flowers and somebody yelling that out. It just comes with that. I'm sorry, it's just how it goes.
Oh my God, we're
so
gonna be...
like I don't understand. Like to me, I don't get why people will be mad at him.
Mm-hmm.
I see what he's trying to do. I see. Twitter was very before he owned it. It was very. I don't know. They said it was open, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
They did a lot of pandering to a lot of groups.
Yeah.
Any groups they feel like was being, they did a lot of like. To me, it shouldn't be that way. Mm-hmm. To me, the internet should be. Not the internet, but the internet kind of is like the Wild West, right? But you should be able to speak your thoughts and say whatever without. And people are gonna say what they feel about what you said, but you still should be able to say it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Without being ousted.
Depends on what you say. I mean, like...
I feel like you should be able to say what you want to say, but you have to deal with the repercussions.
Yeah, remember as we were talking
but
about
last
episode,
mean,
accountability.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to say it.
I got you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if we're going to fight for freedom of speech, we need to fight for freedom of speech.
Right.
We can't selectively fight for freedom of speech. We can't say, I could say what I want to say, but when this person says something that offends me...
No, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Because they said something that offends me. But I should be able to say what I want to say, though, because it aligns with my thoughts. You know what I mean? But everyone should be able to say what they want to say, but they have to deal with the repercussions of that. When it comes to losing their jobs or, whatever the case may be, you still should be able to say what you want to say. But understand that there's repercussions that come with it.
And there always will be. There always will be. I mean, you're either going to get someone that's going to come to your house and probably punch you in the face or a neighbor that's pissed off, but you should be able to say what you're going to say. And that's fair. And I think that's what like comedians like Dave Chappelle has kind of been out, ousting for.
I love Dave Chappelle for that.
Yeah.
I feel like he fights for the freedom of speech. He fights for that. He fights for, especially a comedian. To me, bro, a comedian should be able to say, nobody should be, listen, you're labeled a comedian. Literally, you're known as a comedian. There is no way whatever this person says should be able to offend you. They're known to the world as a comedian. It doesn't make any sense. They don't have political ties and things like. They're a comedian.
Yeah, they're pretty much supposed to be like the kind of center.
Yes, they're comedians.
But as society, like I said, we've been... as we've been growing, and I feel like corporations have a big part in that too, because that's where you see them kind of like clipping people who they don't like, associate with them. They're just like, yeah, but you want to be associated with our brand, and you bring that.
There's a separation, right, between companies and like regular society, because companies are allowed to hire certain people with certain dynamics and not have certain people put a certain image out there for the company. Right. They're allowed to do that. That's fine because it's an independent business. That's the difference. Publicly, you should be able to speak what you want, but still, the independent business may not agree with what you're saying. So to me, if they want to fire someone, I get it. You understand?
Right.
I get why these corporations or whatever.
But the problem is that, I feel like with today's society is that corporate line is bleeding into the home line, just the regular Joes, the average Joes, and kind of ostracizing people. Like if a corporation does it, then the people do it, and then that person's pretty much kind of ostracized from society.
Yeah, but you gotta understand what corporations are. They're not the government. They're independent entities. They're businesses, bro. They're not supposed to agree with whatever you say. They're not entitled to. They're an independent entity. They don't have to agree with whatever you're doing. They could fire you because of what you're saying, and if they don't agree with it, they're independent. They don't have to agree with it, and I get that on that aspect.
That's true. And like I said, but I mean, just the way our society's kind of building in with that. I mean, we're really happy with the way corporations are kind of running us. I feel like America is no longer a country.
I do.
I feel like we've become more of a business.
I do feel. we live in a democracy, right?
Yeah, capitalism.
You know how it goes. I mean, I just feel that with I lost my train of thought for a second.
It's all right. Take a sip of a drink. That'll get you back.
There we go.
Like I said, just in the case of like I said, like where are we becoming, and then like I said, with our censorship and our speech, we are like I said with Twitter, like Twitter is something, it's an outlet that people just jump on, either to get current events. I get current events. I like Twitter for news. People have Twitter just to post whatever they're about, but I like the up to the minute like shits.
So what do you think him doing that is preventing Twitter from being Twitter?
No. I don't think it's no. My problem is that I feel like it's bringing on this filter of fake news again. There's no.
But that's Facebook.
He's
turning Twitter into Facebook.
Kind of, but like even Facebook, there's still like small forms of
so much fake shit, bro.
I mean, the internet has the internet in general.
That's true.
But before there was a much tighter knit of like fact checking. There was a lot of fact checking before Elon Musk came on, and then that dropped. He eliminated, and that's when he fired like so much staff. Some of them are getting hired back on because let's be real, you can't just go out, fire people, and then just kind of say like whatever, and think you know what you're doing. Many of those people that he fired like were pivotal. Mm-hmm. But my point was saying that like it's dropped, like the fact that now you have people just stealing verifications. Like someone could mask as us as drunk contacts on Twitter and just start posting that like, you know what, the Jews are wrong, this was that, and then it makes us look like villains because then we deal with the engagement. That's the problem. Like the whole thing.
Well,
with
yeah,
Adam,
he with where you continue?
Yeah, like with Adam Schefter.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, like Adam Schefter, he's a reporter on sports, big dude. Reported on Brady supposedly being in retirement, and then he had to backpedal on that. But that was real. That was him. But there was a fake account that happened where there was where they said that Josh McDaniels, the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, was fired. That caused like 3 hours of crazy debacle. Actual ESPN reporters were jumping on and like, oh, well, what's this news on this? Oh, there hasn't been any word on the Las Vegas head. We haven't heard anything about that. They're denying and and so.
Whose fault is that really though?
That's Elon Musk for putting that.
Is it Elon Musk's fault, or people are too dependent on Twitter for news? Reporters are not supposed to be dependent on Twitter for news. Well, they're supposed to actually do the real freaking research.
Yeah, but when it's a
freaking issue.
Okay.
It's a verified account by
the company. You should know that when you see a check mark. And that, it's like,
but if I said something on Twitter, you still should go in the background and verify it.
Yeah, and I'm sure people did. That's what I'm saying, 2-3 hours, but that's a small thing. And like when you have elections and things like that, that could be like that could sway people or confuse people like that.
It happens all the time with elections. You're literally allowed to lie and say whatever the heck you want with elections.
Yeah, but
all the time.
No, but that's like declaring that someone's a winner. And then, like, everyone, then imagine now you got a mass celebration, and it's like, no, we verified it, and then you're wrong. I mean, that has happened. But but that's the problem, is that when you have power like that, it can affect a lot of people. It's not just Twitter, but like, imagine, let's say someone hacked CNBC, and then, like, they had a news reporter that looked legit, like, suited, makeup, all that, lighting and all that, looked like a whole alternate set. Telling people, like, very particular lies, and swaying a nation just long enough to cause a ripple effect.
Sounds like you're talking about social media.
Social media is...
It's because, to be honest, it's not... Because social media there's a lot of fake news and a lot of fake reels and a lot of fake stuff that they throw in there that people don't even realize is fake, and they go along their everyday lives believing that it's real.
Yeah, but they go for unverified people. They go to like unverified people, like creepypasta news.
Yeah, but still, they're listening to them. That's my point. They're listening to these people. Whoever the heck it is, it doesn't matter who it is, they're still listening to these people. There are people out there who believe shit that's not real, bro.
But people have a natural bias of what they want to hear. So when let's say now, if I was one of those like guys that just trusted everything that like they get all my sports reports from Adam Schefter, always have, and then I'm getting a post like that, I'm going to be like, oh shit, yeah. And if I'm another alternate journalist, I'm like, yo, we got one source that says this. Can we verify? People will verify, but for the people that don't, it can cause catastrophic effects. It's a perfect example. Actually, this is where I meant to kind of follow up with have you heard about the Eli Lilly pharmaceutical company?
I'm not sure.
So they basically pretty much have like a lot of rights and produce and distribute insulin at insane fucking value prices. When insulin first came out, it was $1 from when the patented other people that found insulin sold out to $1. Almost 100 years later now, the pharmaceutical companies like this company, Eli and Lilly, who now just sell like prescriptions for like $200 something for insulin, something that people need. Now, in Twitter, on their officials, someone took over their shit, just said, "Oh, I got a grand idea. I will pay $8. Say my name is Eli Lilly, da 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 da," and they posted a tweet saying that insulin is now free. In 30 minutes, their stock went down 40 billion. Like it was like 40 billion or like 4 billion or some shit like that. Basically, what happened to Kanye, but because someone paid $8 to drop, like it was insane. This was on let's say Sunday. This was like Friday. This happened. So you have things like that that could.
Yeah, but he's doing stuff to fix it, isn't he? It's not like
they did have to recoup that money.
No, but
because they sold those stocks.
I'm not talking about the company itself. I'm talking about like Twitter. He's doing stuff to fix people from doing that.
Right.
It's not like he's going to continue.
It's actively being fixed, but people are still doing
it's
it.
New, so he literally just took over the company. So of course there are going to be things that is not going to be perfect in the beginning. You know what I mean? But
someone lost $4 billion overnight.
I don't care.
That's wild.
That shit don't bother me.
That doesn't bother us. But that's the rocks. But that's foundation being moved. That's changing. If my company lost millions of dollars, I'm probably not going to be going into work on Monday, or $4 million. At that point, I'm not going to work on Monday. That's
how much did they lose?
They lost $4 billion. Everyone sold their shit. They're like, the fuck? They're selling their shit for free? Sell! Like, and it freaked out. Someone paid $8 for someone to lose $4 billion. That is power, and that's to show how
power, like it's going to continue. It's not like it's a power that you harness that you could continue doing. It's something
people,
that,
you gotta understand.
People are taking advantage of for the moment.
People will always find ways to exploit. There are always exploits for good. Because that was, to be honest, that was kind of cool. Because fuck those guys and exploiting people who need insulin.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, fuck them. That's the most Robin Hood fucking shit that came out of this whole
facts.
thing.
There we go. That's the Robin Hood right
That's,
there. Facts.
Yes.
Yes.
So but it's scary of what can be done for naught. Like oil, something that like can affect us as people.
To me, that shit don't. I understand what you're saying. But to me, shit like that's been happening, like even with the Donald Trump era and the whole elections and all that shit has been happening, bro. It's been putting fake rhetoric out there for people to listen to. Like, it's been happening. It's not new.
No.
Like, and I get it that Twitter's changing and it's on a mass scale, so everyone's paying attention to it right now because he just bought it or whatever. But shit like this,
but people are just always on there. It's always
happening.
And
it's been happening. There's been manipulation of the masses for long now, and it's not going to change. It's going to continue happening. War is not coming.
You have a very optimistic nihilism.
It's true though. Dude,
you are like Rick. More of Rick in so many ways. Optimistic nihilism.
It's the facts. It's just the truth. I mean, am I lying?
No, you're not. I mean, because at the end of the day, like, life goes on, and we just got to kind of we got to move 2 steps. But it can affect jobs. It can change courses of people's lives.
Of course.
That's
of course.
That's the scary power of it all, and that's what I worry about. You know, especially.
I wouldn't worry about that.
We're just so I don't know.
There's always something else to replace it. Even if there's not that, there's gonna be something else to replace it. Like life is just always shit. Like you literally just said it a while ago. There are always gonna be people who are gonna try to take advantage
and exploit.
Exactly.
Right.
So no matter what you
do,
no
matter
easy. What the situation is, there are always gonna be those people.
It's to me.
Period.
For me, it's about making it super easy. I don't want the takeover of a company or the downfall of
shit is gonna happen. Like companies fall all the time and they get back up. Shit happens.
Or at least the ones that I depend on. I depend on my company to thrive. I don't want someone to post something and then gets canceled and all of a sudden we're out of business in 6 months. Like that's something that can affect me. Yeah, I can go out and get another job. I can go out and do that.
I get it.
But there's that but kind
to me, that process of thinking, that thought of thinking, does nothing for me personally. Worrying about that does nothing for me.
No, I'm not worried about it. It's just something that you should be self-conscious of.
No, you always gotta be aware of what's going on. You gotta be knowledgeable about what's going on in the world. I don't let it affect me.
No. I'm not gonna I'm not waking up every morning like, oh my God, Twitter!
No, I'm not saying on that level. I'm just saying overall.
Right.
And just in general, I don't let it affect me at all, no matter what level.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? I'm going to continue, if I want to open a business, I'm going to continue to do that. You know, whatever the case may be, I'm going to continue to do that. Because shit is going to happen regardless of what you worry about or what you think is going to happen. Something's going to happen. Shit you might worry about it happen, you're looking for to happen, might not even happen, but something else is going to come out the left field that you weren't even worried about happening.
That'd be crazy if Twitter.
There's obstacles.
So what if Twitter? You know, how World War I was started by Franz Ferdinand, getting assassinated, right? What if there's a digital assassination, a tweet that goes out that triggers World War III, and we as historians in the future, it will look back and be like the tweet that started World War III. That's the stuff that
that could have been happened when Donald Trump was in office.
Oh, we had a lot of crazy shit.
So when he was in office, he was tweeting a lot.
Oh my God! Someone was like, "Take this motherfucker's phone."
People were like, "Yeah,
take this motherfucker's phone."
So if he couldn't do it, we're not there yet.
Right. I think we're okay.
He was pretty insane with his tweets.
But yeah, oh my God, it was actually just honestly, I thought it was very entertaining. It would just be mad. I love to go online and me to this day, I will fight everybody online. It's a pastime. It's because it's debate. It's this. I love having a good constructive conversation until motherfuckers start saying, "Oh, you stupid motherfucker, you stupid this," and it gets childish.
Yeah.
But with the beauty about the online structure is the ability to, kind of engage with your fellow human beings, your fellow neighbors, whether for something stupid as a movie or as important as, what people are running our society, what's on how that goes, or history. I like sometimes engaging with people. And you're going to engage with stupid people, or you're going to, especially when you're in a public forum. But when you have public forums, because Facebook couldn't do that, but for some reason Twitter can. That's crazy to me. I'm still trying to process on if that could have happened with a Facebook post, but why it's more possible for it to happen with a
Twitter
tweet.
post spreads differently than a Facebook post, bro. It's the different platform.
Yeah, and there are people, and usually it follows with all their people that's usually following that. You can be engaged as an outsider, but it generally, I know a lot of jobs now. If it's a major corporation, and you have to follow them, you have to see what all their stuff is. And they post stuff. Sometimes they do quarterly posts on that for their stock, for the public stock, because it's quicker for them than to just post it to a website. But that's why the engagement is so important today, with the fact that these companies to reach shareholders, they post a lot of this stuff on that. So that's so it just makes so imagine if like whatever their account PR is drunk one day, stumbles in the office. You know what? I'm their PR guy, and then I just type, you know what? Yeah, like fuck everybody or some shit like that, and then people lose their jobs the next day because of it. So it just seems like that's too much power for just someone just posting a notification that just spreads out. I mean, like,
how does that seem like so much power? I don't know.
To
me, it seems like the same thing as if you're drunk and you're going to your job and say fuck everybody, you'll probably get fired.
Yeah, but it's like House of the,
I don't understand.
It's like House of the Dragon, right? Okay, like the tweets are the fucking ravens that goes out. Now imagine that imagine if a drunk king or someone got a hold of the king's official seal, sent it off, and they could start a war like that. It's kind of like the same thing. You know, like just like how like they were sending ravens and whatever to the masses, to different people. It's kind of the same power when you put it to people that's of high level of status. Someone could get canceled overnight if I can grab. Let's say I grab Biden's phone and this says like, oh, you know what, fuck all these niggers that like voted for me or some shit like that. That I could destroy. The amount of PR and shit that he would have to fix. And a lot of people that would just agree with it. Like, what the fuck? Is this nigga tripping? Did someone get his phone? Is he having a lapse in his thing? People would be like, yo, should we get him out of office? Even if they confirm that it was bullshit. How did you let someone get your phone? How did you let that happen? It goes into all that. That is a lot of dissent that can come from a simple little tweet from the right person.
Shit happens in life, bro.
He's just like, shit happens.
It does.
Like I said, but I think that's a great way.
Even if Musk didn't come over and take over Twitter, what's stopping somebody from stealing Biden's phone and doing that anyway? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make a difference.
I still think fucking Melania was taking what's his name, or his son was like taking his phone and just typing bullshit, and that was not really Trump. It was just this kid like Kofifi. Let's see what happens. Everyone loses their minds. News reports, episodes.
He did post the most random shit.
And then people went crazy. Yeah. I
think it was a power thing, man. I think he knew the power he had.
I mean, like, I never seen, like, it was just, like, just the response and engagement to it. Like, people just, like, saying, like, using it to try to downplay him, using it to just make a comedy joke, using it, like, like, that's...
I think people off hate, bro. They just do.
They all hate, love. People are passionate about everything, but we love following. And that's the whole thing. We heard as the whole thing with tweets. Follow this and that. But continue to follow us and like and subscribe. We love you. Because that has power. We hope our words, like, have that same kind of engagement. We hope that it engages with someone and changes their views.
Yeah.
Whether it be on us.
Or at least his perspective, like.
Or anything, but like I said, like I try to make sure that we have value for what we say, because everything that we talk about holds in the future. Like this episode can have maybe a shit ton of relevance in 5 years.
That's true.
We could get brought up. I could probably get brought up for saying nigger, and like maybe that word was banned. It's banned like 10 years. Oh, this dude said this at this point in time, and I was like, I'm going about my day. Oh yes, sir. Did you say this at this point in time? Oh, we have verification. Nigger on the video, and then I'm fucked. That's the crazy on our times, but it is what it is. But I think that's a good way to cap our episode. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, again, my name is Drew.
Matt.
And this has been another episode of
Context. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, check us out.
Hit that little notification bell so you can catch more episodes every time we drop. And love you. So,